does it have enough to go to the boundary? It's a bit of a race, it goes through. Virat Kohli hits another boundary. It's 11 of the over from 3. 13 of this over. Kohli goes over the infield for 4. That's the over they wanted. Virat Kohli has turned. He's come back in some style. Kohli goes over fine leg. He might have cleared the boundary. He has. What a way to end that Haris Rauf over. That was looking so good. 2 sixes. India now needs 16. Hope springs anew. What a game we've got. 144 for 4. 16 to get. It's a miss hit. It's a miss hit. The catch is taken. It means the new batsman is in strike. Virat Kohli thinks he's crossed over. It doesn't matter. This is a huge ball.
Not trying to spin it is Nawaz. The edge, Barber keeps calm, takes the catch. It's a dot ball. New batsman on strike.
Full. Has he got the timing right? Has he got the timing right? Oh, it's gone for 6. No, is there a stumping? Is there a stumping? What a twist. Are we seeing a cricket match or what? Dinesh Karthik's got to walk back. Smithy, you were spot on. The new batsman will take strike.
Where did he take the ball here?
Keep that rolling through, please. Keep it rolling through, please. Keep it rolling through. I'm ready with my decision for the big screen.
He's pulled it back. He has pulled it back, Nawaz. It's a wide, Nawaz. What have you done, Nawaz? And the scores are level with a ball. For Pakistan now, it's got to be a super over if they have to win it. Nawaz. What have you got, Nawaz? Ashwin goes over. Clears the infield. India win a famous win. You look at all the great wins over the years, and I think you'll find very, very few to compare with this one. Rohit Sharma, watch your back, but it doesn't matter today. India win by 4 wickets, and it's time for another little reunion.
How can today's resources fuel our shared tomorrow? As communities and economies continue to grow, so does our energy demand, but our resources aren't limitless. To address this challenge, we use best-in-class exploration practices, 3D modeling techniques, and computational science to maximize reservoir yield. Discover how we're meeting growing global demand while planning for the future. Aramco, powered by How.
आयुर्वेदिक रैली स्प्रे इसका आयुर्वेदिक तेल दर्द इंस्टेंटली रोके मसल्स बनाए स्ट्रॉन्ग और फ्लेक्सिबल भी सो यू आर रेडी टू गो विद रैली स्प्रे
बेसब्री किसे कहते हैं ये कोई हमसे पूछे जमाने बीत गए जीत के वो नजारे नहीं मिले दिन महीने मौसम बदल गए हैं कई साल अब ले आओ यार आईसीसी मेंस T20 वर्ल्ड कप इंडिया का अगला मैच
This broadcast is co-presented by Charged by Thumbs Up, Aramco, and Dream 11, Dream Big, in association with Emirates, Fly Better, Royal Stag Packaged Drinking Water, and Polycab Green Wire.
अरे डैडी को एक्शन का ओवरडोज मिलेगा मम्मी दादी को हाई वोल्टेज ड्रामा का टेस्ट मिलेगा सुपर डुपर संडे बनेगा अरे सुपर डुपर संडे बनेगा आगे बढ़ने का इंस्पिरेशन मिलेगा सितारों का यहाँ हर रात मेला दिखेगा अरे सुपर डुपर संडे बनेगा अरे सुपर डुपर संडे बनेगा
Vivo Pro Kabaddi is presented by Vivo, in association with Dream 11, Dream Big, and 823 Rummy. Let's play together.
बांग्ला टाइगर्स के बढ़ रहे हैं कदम क्या टीम इंडिया के सेमीफाइनल का इंतजार होगा खत्म इंडिया वर्सेस बांग्लादेश कल दोपहर 1 बजे
This broadcast is co-presented by Aramco, Dream 11, Dream Big, and Charged by Thumbs Up in association with Emirates, Fly Better, Royal Stag Packaged Drinking Water, and Polycab Green Wire.
Volkswagen Tygoon, India's safest SUVW. Volkswagen.
And he's taken one glove off. So in case it's a matter of throwing, he's got that right glove off. So he's only got the left glove. Here we go, last ball, through the offside, it's running through, could be run out! Is he run out? Or is he in? We'll go upstairs, some good work from Tony, he thinks he's got him. He's got him. That's it. Out, what a comeback from India. Can you believe that beating Bangladesh by a run? Bangladesh had it. They had all the advantage in the last over. What a sprint from MS Dhoni. It was about a 15-metre dash. He didn't worry about throwing it. He held his nerve, and he was quick enough, the keeper, with his pads on.
Thanks so much for joining us here on Game Plan, joined by Graham Swan as well. We'll talk about India, who take on Bangladesh. There's a little nice rivalry between these two neighbors. And of course, Zimbabwe take on Netherlands. So this group, if we take a look at it in focus, of course, South Africa, the team right on top. They play Pakistan later. Important game for Pakistan to try and stay alive. But for India, having just come off a loss to South Africa, they would want these points on the board so that these two are the teams that sit pretty when we talk about qualifying for the semi-finals. Every time India take on Bangladesh in a World Cup, irrespective of the format, everyone reminds you of 2007. So here's what you have to throw at them as an Indian fans. One, you've got to say, look at the record, 10-1 in a World Cup. So overwhelming favourites, the men in blue. But there's always a little bit of fire, there's a little bit of passion in this sort of rivalry. At Adelaide, what do you see happening?
Absolutely, the noisy neighbours, aren't they, Bangladesh? So they're a team who can upset the apple cart at any ground. However, Adelaide, I think this really suits India's play. It's a very good batting wicket. Virat Kohli loves playing at this place, and I'm sure Sky's going to absolutely eat up these shorter boundaries on the square sides. And it will turn a little bit for the spinners as well. So I'm expecting Ashwin, maybe even Chahal get a game. I hope so. I really do. Yeah. And Bangladesh, I just don't think they're quite at the level where they can upset India in this one.
Well, talking about Team India's perspective, a couple of injuries perhaps. May you want to make a few changes around depending on the conditions? Let's take a look.
That's it. And hit well. South Africa win.
After suffering their first loss at the T20 World Cup against South Africa, Team India now looks to get Mission Melbourne back on track. Before the men in blue take on Bangladesh at Adelaide, they need to find answers for their opening woes. One of the most successful pairs for India in T20 eyes, Rahul and Rohit have failed to put substantial partnerships together in this World Cup. On average, the Indian openers last just 18 balls, scoring 14 runs before one of them gets dismissed.
And doesn't time it. It's Ngidi who runs across and takes it. Instant taken. 2 in the over for Lungi Ngidi.
With 3 subpar scores, the pressure is building on KL Rahul, but the team management is keeping faith in the opener.
It's straight and full, and the Netherlands have their first.
I think he's a fantastic player, and he's got a proven track record. He's done really well. I thought he's been batting superbly. I thought he was superb in the, maybe a lot of you were not there, but in the practice game against Australia with Mitchell Starc and Patrick Cummins, and it was a pretty good attack, and I thought he batted superbly in that day to get 60, I think, 50 or 60, I'm not sure exactly how much of quite few. Just hoping it all clicks together over the next 3 or 4 games, and we know his quality, we know his ability, and he's really well suited for these kind of conditions, these kind of pitches. He's got a good all-round game, he's got a very good strong back foot game, which is obviously very much required in these conditions. So we're pretty confident, we're happy with the way he's hitting it.
But Captain Rohit has more worries. known to play an attacking brand of cricket, Team India have struggled to score more than 6 runs per over in the power play. Rishabh Pant, who has been tried as an opener before, has a strike rate of 158 in T20Is as opener and could find a place in the playing 11 with Dinesh Karthik getting injured at Perth. Akshar Patel could come back to the side with Deepak Hooda going out, and Yuzvendra Chahal might also get a look in with Ravichandran Ashwin making way for the leggy. Can the men in blue find the right balance as they head into the business end of the tournament?
Look, one of the trends of this T20 World Cup is that it's been really, really tough for opening batters. But the question I got to ask you, Swani, with all due respect to KL Rahul, is there a different demon that's chasing him?
I don't think there is. I think he's out of form. It looked like he was getting himself back in form at Perth, but he smashed one out of the ground, but then run one to slip. So it's just a batsman who's trying to play the ball too late at the minute. Sanjay Banga's talked about that in other shows. He needs to get on the front foot more, hit the ball, and really watch the ball hard. You definitely cannot drop him. KL Rahul is a potential superstar of a World Cup final if you get there ahead of England. And I'd stick with him, but I'd say, come on, Adelaide is a beautiful batting wicket. Make hay.
You know, us, why would we ever want to make things easy and make it that simple? All the chatting, we have to ask these questions to Graham Swan. So listen, there's a lot of talk about DK not playing this matchup, which means that Rishabh Pant comes in despite India's aggressive approach. You haven't really had the flying starts in the power play because it's tough. So do you take a punt on Pant and get him to open?
I'm not sure you need him to open necessarily, but I love what you did there. Wordplay, love that. But I love the fact that Rishabh Pant might come back into the team. He is easily one of my favourite cricketers in the world. And just to see that smile on his face when he plays, playing those crazy sweeps and the reverse hoiks and everything, brilliant player. I'd get him in somehow, somewhere. Wherever you can, India, get him in.
There's someone who's going to have a smile on his face when he walks out at the Adelaide Oval, and that is Virat Kohli. In the World Cup, he scored 100 against Pakistan in 2015. He scored a plethora of runs here, over 300 runs, purely at the Adelaide Oval. When you walk out into an atmosphere that you've literally owned every inch of, how does that make you feel as a player?
Well, I can only imagine how it makes you feel as a batsman because I never quite had that. But I know at Adelaide, as a bowler, you get intimidated. It's such a good batting wicket. The square boundaries are very, very small. I mean, smaller than a lot of Indian grounds. They're tiny. But the straight boundaries are enormous. So you desperately try and bowl straight to get the guys to hit you down the ground. But as soon as people eye up those square boundaries and Virat's and master at doing it over extra cover and then flicking and pulling, it's a horrible place to bowl, and I think Virat's going to lick his lips and probably score some big runs.
And of course, in the first game of the day, Zimbabwe take on Netherlands. Chance about making impressions. One player who's certainly done that this entire year actually is Sikandar Raza, who kept an eye on him, done incredibly well with the ball in his hand, can do so with his bat in the hand as well.
Absolutely, and like I say, Adelaide's a good place for him because if any bowlers get something out of it, it's the spinners. So he's bowled brilliantly for the Zimbos, and yeah, he can bat as well. He's having a stunning World Cup, so why not?
Well, I tell you what, you've got two matchups. You've got India that are going to take on Bangladesh at the Adelaide Oval. That is going to be 12:30 onwards, and then before that, Zimbabwe up against Netherlands. All these teams trying to make it closer and closer to that semi-final spot. Thank you so much, Graham Swan, for joining us. We leave you now with Serene and a Fantasy 11.
For the Zimbos, stunning World Cup.
Hey, thanks, Sam. Of course, India taking on Bangladesh and they're playing at Adelaide, where Team India has had some glorious memories over the years. But first up, Piyush, what's the combination that you're going to play? 7 Indians, 4 Bangladeshis, maybe?
Of course, you have to go with 7-4 India. And if India are bowling first once again, I'll go with Arshdeep Singh as my captain. 5+2 combination, 5 bowlers plus 2 openers. Arshdeep Singh as captain. There are few left-handers. And of course, both the Bangladeshi openers are left-handers, and Arshdeep Singh does really well against left-handed batsmen, and there's value in the last 2 overs as well. So you can go with Arshdeep Singh along with one of the 2 Indian pacers, and Rohit Sharma is a very good captain in this game. The batting first go with Virat Kohli, already has a 90 not out at Adelaide, has done well against this side, has 150 and against this bowling attack as well, averaging 75 against Shakib Al Hasan, 63 against Mustafizur Rahman, and is yet to be dismissed against Laskin Ahmed 2020. So if India are batting first, go with Virat Kohli and Hardik Pandya as one of the default captaincy options once again.
Hey, that's what I like about Piyush. He's given us the combination. He's also told us the captaincy and vice-captaincy candidates. First up, Sanjay, 7-4 in favour of who?
7-4 obviously in favor of India, but who are the 4 Bangladeshi players? And I'll opt for 2 informed players, Taskin Ahmed, because he's in wicket-taking form. Obviously, he's bowled to a different...
मात्र 29 गेंदें बची हुई है. मेहदी हसन मिराज का पहला ओवर बहुत महंगा गया था.
To include Taskin Ahmed as a frontline fast bowler, Shanto as a left-hand top-order batsman, because if you're making a team, you obviously want a right-left combination at the top, so Shanto can fill in that role. Shakib Al Hassan, because he's somebody who bats at 4 and can give you some overs of left-arm spin. So those 3, I feel, are very easy choices for me. Which is the 4th guy? 4th guy, I would probably give chance to Mosaddiq because he's somebody who can score useful runs towards the end, can also bowl a couple of overs of off spin.
Sanjay, we're obviously looking at this big game now. We've spoken about the popular contenders, but who could be the differential, the X factor in this game?
Differential X factor in this game again boils down to the team that India picks or the team that you pick, and in that thing I feel Surya Kumar Yadav still becomes your impact player.
Right, Sanjay, but there's also another game, and that's the morning game. Zimbabwe take on Netherlands, the 2 teams that have come from round 1.
करो दिन रात प्रैक्टिस चैंपियन
Extra safe polycab green wire. आपके सपनों को रखे सेफ.
क्या नेदरलैंड्स जिम्बाब्वे को देगा सरप्राइज? मैच होगा टाइट 2 नवंबर सुबह 8:30 बजे.
This broadcast is co-presented by Aramco, Dream 11, Dream Big, and Charged by Thumbs Up in association with Emirates, Fly Better, Royal Stag Packaged Drinking Water, and Polycab Green Wire.
अरे डैडी को एक्शन का ओवरडोज मिलेगा, मम्मी दादी को हाई वोल्टेज ड्रामा का टेस्ट मिलेगा. सुपर डुपर संडे बनेगा. अरे सुपर डुपर संडे बनेगा. आगे बढ़ने का इंस्पिरेशन मिलेगा. सितारों का यहाँ हर रात मेला दिखेगा. अरे सुपर डुपर संडे बनेगा. अरे सुपर डुपर संडे बनेगा.
Vivo Pro Kabaddi is presented by Vivo in association with Dream 11, Dream Big, and 823 Rummy. Let's play together.
इस सुपर संडे मुंबई सिटी एफसी टकराएगी एटी के मोहन बागान से, तो रहिए अपने टीम के पीछे. देखिए हीरो इंडियन सुपर लीग में मुंबई सिटी एफसी वर्सेस एटी के मोहन बागान 6 नवंबर शाम 7 बजे.
Hero Indian Super League is presented by Hero Motocorp.
Naveen Kumar, who is the late machine, the Dookie King.
trillion from mighty money. The names have grown in stature. Who will surge ahead to greatness? Vivo Pro Kabaddi, every day at 7 p.m.
Vivo Pro Kabaddi is presented by Vivo in association with Dream 11, Dream Big, and 823 Rummy. Let's play together.
Volkswagen Tygoon, India's safest SUVW. Volkswagen.
ছাত্র ভাইকে অনেক শ্রদ্ধা করি, একদম নিজের বড় ভাইয়ের মতো।
হ্যাঁ, অনেকক্ষণ কথা বলি, কিন্তু সেটা হচ্ছে আমার অনেক
Match 21 of the Super 12, and it's a blockbuster clash in Group 1. Here we are in Brisbane at the sea. Match 21 of the Super 12, and it's a blockbuster clash in Group 1. Here we are in Brisbane at the sea. Match 21 of the Super 12, and it's a blockbuster clash in Group 1. Here we are in Brisbane at the sea.